I know.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the January 22nd, 2026 regular work session. We'll start off with public comment. Now, I want to say this before public comment because I've had a few people ask me in public. I'm not at this point going to limit public comment to 3 minutes. A lot of people said, please limit it. That's not something I want to do. I don't want to turn into other governmental bodies in the area, but it's, I hear you, it's just not a place I want to go. But we will go to one public comment per meeting, so one at work session, one at regular council meeting. All right, and seeing that, I'll open the floor. All right, seeing none, we'll go to Chief Carr.
Good evening, everyone. I'm in front of you this evening to discuss the purchase of one police vehicle. We normally budget for two. We're looking at purchasing one currently. We are exploring other options for number two, depending on the possibility of some specialized assignments where if we chose to fill that assignment, we would need an unmarked vehicle. So the lieutenant has done his due diligence and sought out a 2025 model year vehicle that is still remaining on the lot. It is $3,700 cheaper than the 2026 model. It meets our specifications, so we are asking to move forward with that new Chevy Tahoe police package vehicle. The total expenditure we're asking is $53,000, and that would include a delivery fee, which would keep us from driving to Cleveland to get one vehicle. So that is the direction we are looking to go currently, and then at a later time, I would come back to council for the second vehicle once we make those determinations what direction we want to go.
All right, we have any questions, comments? All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Move on to City Attorney, Mr. Ziffel.
Good evening, Council. Tonight before you, you should have three pieces of legislation. These are up for the first reading, but on the third one, which I'll go through in just a second, I'm requesting that you suspend the rules. I can explain why in just a minute. The first two are approving leases. These are farm leases on property owned by the city. These are required under our charter that we approve any transfer of real estate through ordinance from council. And technically, a lease is a transfer of the possessory interest of a real estate. So those are before you tonight. Similar format as prior years. And the third item before you is an extension and modification of the prosecution services agreement with the Middletown prosecutors, City of Middletown. So as a municipality with our mayor's court, and because we're solely, our proximity is solely within the jurisdiction of Middletown Municipal Court, this web of state statutes kind of identifying this, we are obligated to prosecute all cases. How municipalities handle this instead of having their own full-time prosecutor is that they actually prosecute, or they contract with the prosecutor of that court. We have done this in the past, and this one has been an increase in the cost. You know, this question didn't come up till about 2-3 years ago. We, at the time, City of Middletown, City of Trenton started analyzing the time it took with the matters before the judge from the City of Trenton. We reevaluated it, and with some changes in the Ohio Revised Code, kind of assigned some different duties there, which caused the delay. And I'm going to apologize. This was a last minute thing at the last meeting, and I completely forgot to put it in front of you. So for that, I apologize. And to the City of Middletown, I want to thank them for allowing us this additional time to go through the process to approve this contract. Technically, our last agreement expired at the end of last year. It just took so much time to go through the data and work with prosecutors to settle on this agreement. They've been more than amicable working with us, and so I really do thank them, and that's why it's here before you tonight. The sooner we can get the actual agreement in place, the more comfortable with the city of Middletown and the city of Trentwood feel.
Thank you. Any questions?
I have one. Does this also cover if the defendant requests a defense attorney?
It's a good question. We've never had that separate charge, I believe, through the Middletown prosecution, through the Middletown courts themselves. So my assumption is yes, but I will confirm, get back to you.
Okay, I
So
didn't
there's
know.
not a separate,
I didn't know if that was covered or if ours that we have under contract here did that or how that worked.
no, the public defender we have for our mayor's court is assigned to our mayor's court, and I'm almost certain that the public defenders through Middletown Municipal Court are compensated through the court itself, though any case of ours by statute that goes to the city of Middletown, any revenues or penalties, they go into that court fund. They do not come back to the
Yeah.
city of Trenton.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions? All right, Mr. Masisklis.
Good evening, Council. Wanted to provide an update to Council and the public about the Carvana Enterprise Zone Agreement that was between the Board of County Commissioners and Carvana, executed back in 2019. So an Enterprise Zone Agreement is an economic development tool that county commissioners can extend to new businesses, provided they meet a certain head count. The maximum abatement is 75% for a term of 10 years. At that time, to go and court this large business that is now part of the now listed on the S&P 500, Carvana. The commissioners issued a 7-year, 65% abatement, provided they ultimately hit 400 FTEs by 2023 or 2024. They did not hit that figure. However, they were granted the abatement for that time. Upon their failure to achieve their FTEs at the end of the 3-year period, we went to the county Tax Incentive Review Committee, recommended that a section of that agreement be enforced to force Carvana to pay back 65 their abated taxes to the City of Trenton Fifth and the Edgewood City School District. The Board of County Commissioners did table a motion to enforce that. They asked for some more information and suggested we go back, kind of find a little bit of a better middle ground that would spur continued investment of Carvana in the area. So they are asking for a new agreement. The new agreement has been drafted by the county staff and provided to Carvana. Carvana has signed that new agreement. The new agreement is a 10-year abatement from the previous institution period. So not a new 10 years, but they've already passed 4 years at this point. Rounding it, bringing it down from 65% abatement to a 50% abatement, bringing down the required head count from 400 FTEs to 325 FTEs, and requiring Carvana pay back over $300,000 in their previous abated taxes. And that's split between mostly the Edgewood City School District and the City of Trenton Tip. So the term length then is increased by 3 years to incentivize Carvana to maintain a number of FTEs beyond their original 7-year agreement. So that would end in 2031. The anticipated amount returned would be about $185,000 to the Edgewood City School District and $123,000 to the City of Trenton Tip. Presumably, if the commissioners agree, they sign their portion of the EZA, That would go on the second half tax bills usually collected in August of this year. The Edgewood City School District has a parallel agreement, although not technically the enterprise zone agreement. They are seeing that and intend on approving that next Monday at their meeting. So that would actually be a vote. For you all, it's not really a vote. The commissioners gave us kind of the lead on renegotiating. They said they didn't like, they didn't like giving back the full 3 years up front. They wanted to renegotiate something. The schools and the county commissioner said, City of Trenton, you're more boots on the ground than we are on this. Come up with something with Carvana. And this is the best compromise agreement that we believe the commissioners will enforce. Additionally, because that 65% is not going to be a 50% abatement, Edgewood City Schools in Trenton will be receiving an additional about $21,000 per year over what they would have received, what we would have received from the 65% abatement. And then that lasts until 2031. After that time, the property taxes are applied as it would be typical for the full value. So we would see double those revenues after 2031. Also have a presentation later. I'll go over that for our financial transparency tools. The legislation up for first reading is a resolution requesting Butler County Auditor to advance the Finance Director of the City of Trenton the taxes assessed and collected on behalf of the City of Trenton. So essentially any delinquent taxes from the previous year's tax bills that the county has been collecting, we're just requesting them to pay us. So we pass this every spring. Essentially, it means we get paid about $250,000 of our property tax revenues about a month early. And this is just a procedural matter that we kind of ask for every year. Lastly, the correspondence that will be in front of you all for the council meeting is the Law Enforcement Trust Fund. This has to be presented to council, not through basically the Law Enforcement Trust Fund collects certain drug fines and penalties that can only be used on certain expenses, primarily training, and I'm just here to certify between us and then the police department administrator that all of those funds were properly received and spent in the proper category.
Do we have any additional questions for Mr. Masisklis? Mr. Baker?
I'd like to defer to our fleet maintenance supervisor, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. We're coming with a motion tonight for the purchase of 2 Kubota ZD 1211 zero turns for our Public Works Department. Currently, right now, we have 3 zero turns in our fleet, and this here is a motion to purchase 2 of them, which we would be retiring our oldest mower, which is a 2009 with 4,075 hours on it. It's been around here for a few years, been around for 17 years. This mower is, these 2 mowers would be the same as our fleet. We already have 2 of these ZD 1211s in the fleet. Keeping them in the same is the same parts, same filter, same oil, less stocking for the fleet maintenance shop. And they've also been very good mowers for us. That's why we keep wanting to buy the same ones. It is a Sourcewell contract bid, so it's already been bidded out. And we get a government discount on with it. It is for the price of $37,444.44 for 2 of them, which is, to me, is crazy. Speaking that we bought that 2009 for a lot less than that when I remember purchasing it. Other than that, that would be what we're planning on to do.
Said the 2009 was the same type of mower.
It is, it's just an older version. It's called a ZD 326. This is the replacement model.
I was just thinking, any mower that lasts that long, we should probably stick with the brand.
Yes. I did ask for trade-in for it, and they basically didn't want to give us any value for it, so my plan is after the new mowers arrive is to send it to Gov Deals and have a bidding process for it, like we do a lot of surplus equipment. The trade-in value wasn't worth us trading. I feel personally that it was worth more than what Zimmer's was offering us for trade-in. It was $1,200. I didn't think it was enough for it.
Yeah. All right.
Any questions?
I have a comment.
Yes?
I want to say that in the summertime, anytime that I come through different areas and stuff, and then I get to Trenton, and I see you guys out working, I do have to say that our public works are fabulous when it comes to how our city looks on, even out toward Miller and different places that I've watched you guys. I've watched that, and so I appreciate what you do. And you need the best equipment, I think, what works the best, yes, for you.
Thank the street crew, they do a very good job.
They do.
Making sure it's clean.
They do.
Thank you, Council.
Thank you. City Manager Nichols.
Thank you, Mayor Perry. I request to go into executive session to consider confidential information related to marketing plans, specific business strategy, production techniques, trade secrets, personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance, and to confer with legal counsel, and to discuss the appointment of a public official.
All right. Go to council. Do we have any questions, comments? So I have one, and it's about parking in front of mailboxes. So there's been a complaint that one resident has been parking in front of a mailbox, and when you go to the U.S. Postal Service here in Trenton, they say it's not their job to really deliver once it's blocked. So what they've been doing is skipping mail for that location when the car is there. And the request was, is there any way that we could make in front of mailboxes no parking?
Are you talking about the mailboxes that are grouped together?
Yes.
Okay,
So like on Ashley Court, there have been people parking in
Okay.
front of. I noticed that too because I have a home there, and renters complain because there's a park in front of there. And then also all of those roads, you have numerous people parking in front of mailboxes, and then mail can't be delivered for the days that they're there, and then they get mail all of a sudden when that person isn't there.
I think that is something that we can look into if that is the desire of council and bring forth at a later meeting. Yes.
Yeah, I personally think that's something that needs to be adopted. The person that spoke out said that there's been nothing that's damaging to them at this time, but you never know with someone else if it's a bill or, a final notice. You don't get it for 3 or 4 days, and then next thing you know, you're in a worse problem than you should be.
I can tell you that personally, I appreciate that very much, because I have a laminated piece of paper hanging from my mailbox that says, please no parking within 30 feet of my mailbox. Because I have dealt with no mail for a week at a time.
Well, that can be a problem too, was people more and more using mail order pharmacies. Somebody's waiting for a prescription that they need.
yeah.
Anything additional? All right, then I'll entertain a motion that we go into executive session for the reasons stated by City Manager Nichols.
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Montgomery and Councilman Prophet. Roll call, please.
Ms. Montgomery,
Yay.
Mr. Prophet,
Yay.
Mr. Nichols,
Yay.
Ms. Butts,
Yay.
Mr. Rourke,
Yay.
Mayor Berry.
Yay. We're going into executive session at 6:49 PM. No other business will be conducted in the work session, and we'll be back for the council meeting at 7:30. Thank you.